Hey guys, welcome back to All in the Day of with me, Mr. Mike. All right, so you guys heard from my last video. Tomorrow, fiance's birthday, homemade lasagna. Showed a video, talked about ricotta cheese. I've already done my marinara. So I have gotten set up for doing homemade pasta, homemade lasagna noodles. Okay, so we're gonna do kind of a rich pasta dough. Good bit of eggs with the flour, but I'm going to show you guys here shortly. Hold on. So anyway, long story short, I've got my my pasta machine ready, set up, floured up, ready to go. Bowl of extra flour right here. I actually bought this bad boy on Amazon for like 45 bucks. It does the job. I would like to eventually get a KitchenAid mixer. I used to have one, and I don't have one anymore. But I would like to get a KitchenAid mixer because you can get the attachment that goes on to the KitchenAid mixer to do it. So, you know, you don't have to sit here and try to screw it onto your countertop and this kind of thing, you know. But, I mean, it's good. It's sturdy. It's actually pretty cool. You can see here it's got a couple different speeds, you know. So this here just fits into a little slot for each one. So if you want to do like fettuccine or if you want to do spaghetti, and then, of course, flat rolled dough to be able to cut out lasagna noodles. So anyway, so right now what I've got is I've got my flour out. I've got my little bowl made on the center. And I've got some olive oil, some salt, and some of my beautiful eggs from my mama and my daddy. So they hooked me up with some beautiful eggs. I mean, look at how yellow those things are. They're absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, so rule of thumb. Got 4 cups of flour, 6 eggs. All right, so 2 cups of flour, 3 eggs, half a teaspoon of salt, half a tablespoon of oil. We're doubling the recipe. I made one of these. My son loves my lasagnas. He wanted one for his birthday in October. So I made him one then, and I only made a single batch. Almost ran out of noodles, didn't have enough to really get a good solid layer of noodles between them on my layers. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to double this bad boy. So that's what I ended up doing. So I doubled it. So we've got 4 cups of flour, 6 eggs, a whole tablespoon of olive oil, and a teaspoon of salt. And all we're going to do, guys, is, as you can see here, I've got my flour bed right here on the counter. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of slightly whisk these eggs together real quick. I know, my mom is so excited about seeing how to do this. She's like, I want you to make a video on how to make pasta. And then I saw a comment earlier where she's like, hey, I can't wait to see how you make bread. I'm like, Mama, one step at a time, child, one step at a time. Give a man a little bit of a break, all right? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull these eggs right into the center of this bowl of the flour that we've made. We're going to pour it in. Yes. Oh, it's coming out just a little bit. That's all good. We're going to end up mixing it anyway. All right, olive oil straight in. And our salt. All right, and we're just going to sit here and we're just going to start working this together with your fork. And if you guys don't have one of these are the bomb. Bench scrapers. I'll tell you, they're the bomb. So we're going to just start working this together with this flour, just slowly just turning it and incorporating that flour in as we're doing it. Now, guys, you don't want to sit here and watch this, so I'm just going to pause the video. I'll bring you back as soon as I get all the dough all enriched together, and then I'm going to show you the technique of how to actually knead dough. All right, we'll be right back. All right, so got everything incorporated. Beautiful ball. All right, so proper technique here with kneading. Palm of your hand. You're going to come down. Then the next hand is going to fold over, just like that, okay? Then the next hand's going to come back, push, and then again, just like that, all right? So that's what you're doing. You just keep pulling it back. That's the kneading technique right there. Or get a KitchenAid mixer. Get a bread dough, hook on that bad boy. Hook it up. So you ain't got to sit here and sweat. And take a chance of getting beard hair in your dough. Yeah, look at that. I'll tell you, that woman better love me. I'll tell you what. Better. Hand doing, kneading dough. Yeesh. Now, I've already been doing this for about 5 minutes. You want to make sure you are completely incorporated all those ingredients, and it'll get a smooth texture to it. I don't know if you can see that. You see how that's getting really smooth? That's what you want right there. All right. I'm going to do it a couple more minutes, and I'll bring you back on. All right, so I've got my dough done, and it is resting in the bowl. I'm going to give it about 30 minutes to let it rest. And then I'm going to show you guys how to portion it and start making noodles. Pasta. Yeah. All right, guys. Bench scraper, I'm telling you, if you don't have one, get one. I've already got some flour down. You can't see it, but my rolling pin is already out here. I've already lightly floured it a couple of times. Anyway, I'm going to just basically portion this dough. Basically into two, into quarters, basically. All right. Then I'm going to put the rest back in. I'm only going to work with only one piece here, guys. So anyway, I'm going to get it back into kind of like a little tiny ball. And then what I'm going to do to make it easy to run through my machine is I'm going to kind of make it a little bit of an oblong shape. Just so whenever I kind of flatten it out, because this pasta machine, it doesn't open up wide. So I don't know how the KitchenAid ones are, etc., etc. But this one here, even on the widest setting, it's only about 1/8 of an inch. So, I mean, you've got to get your pasta rolled down a good bit. You can kind of force it in, but then it kind of tears and rips. So it's kind of one of those things. But anyway, here, I'll show you guys. Just bear with me here. So working from inside to out. I'm not going outwards because I want to make sure that my pasta is going to fit into my machine. My machine's only about, I don't know, 7 inches wide, if that. So not very wide at all. Man, I wish I had a big one. Man, that would be fun. But anyway, so I'm just kind of getting it down maybe a little under 1/4 of an inch. Just so I can try to get it to feed through my machine here, okay? All right, so I'm gonna bring you guys over. Let me turn my camera around here. All right, so I'm only gonna go on speed 1. I'm not doing it to be fast. Now, I'm not gonna be able to do this a lot with you guys on because I'm gonna need both hands, but just to kind of show you what it's like. All right, so you need 2 hands. You can kind of feed it back through to your other hand here as you're trying to hold it. So you can kind of see that that bad boy literally just took that pasta dough and made it twice the length. All right, twice the length. So I need 2 hands to do this. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to kind of, well, let me see. Hold on. Let me see here. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we're going to try it here. Oh. What's that? I don't want to get my beard stuck in this bad boy. No, sir, Bobby. All right, we're going to feed it through one more time. With 2 hands is great if you can do it with 2 hands. Now, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it back in. I'm going to fold the 2 ends in to the halfway point, all right? I don't know if you can see that, but I'm taking it and folding the 2 olives in, all right? And then I'm going to fold it over again. And what did that just do? It just made a very good square shape, right? And that's what you want right there. You kind of want it to be kind of a square, especially if you're making lasagna noodles, where you want your strips a good 2.25 inches wide, right? So, probably a little too thick, but it's not going to go through. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at that, man. I love it. All right, I'm going to run it through one more time, and then I've got a knob right here where I can adjust my pasta setting to make it a little bit thinner. And you almost want it to be where it's going to be almost translucent. You can actually see your fingers through the pasta. All right. Periodically, you want to sprinkle your dough with a little bit of flour just to keep it from sticking. All right. We're going to adjust this bad boy down to setting, and we're going to feed it again. Isn't that beautiful? God, I love making pasta. It's good stuff. All right, taking it down another notch. One more time here. One more, and then I'm going to show you guys something that's actually kind of cool. Alright, hold on. Give me 1 second here. Alright, so I'm going to turn it off, and then I'm going to come over here. And I am going to kind of try to attach these two ends together, okay? Sometimes if your dough is kind of dry, it's kind of hard to do. You can use a little bit of water. Don't use a lot, but you can use a little bit of water to kind of get it to stick. And then just kind of keep feeding it, all right? And then once you do, you can just have a continuous rotation of flour. It's actually pretty cool. Now you got a loop. You just keep feeding it. And as you need to, you can adjust your pasta thickness. As you're going, put a little bit of flour. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Bad boy's getting long. It's almost to that point, guys. This will be our first batch right here. This is a quarter of your dough, all right? Look at that. So, you can kind of say how my hands, you can actually see my fingers through that. You know what I mean? So that's what you want. You want it on the lowest setting, get it good and thin. I'm gonna tell you guys, this is some of the best daggone dough. Oh, it is so good. Of course, you gotta par cook it and all that jive, you know, before you get ready to cook it, or before you get ready to put it in and make a lasagna, you par cook it, right? Fresh pasta will sink to the bottom, and then once it starts to boil, 30, 45 seconds, it'll float to the top. It's done, you pull it out, layer that bad boy in. So anyway, best thing to cut it with, pizza cutter. Now I have already got my sheet pan ready to go. Pizza cutter right there. Man, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That's about, let me see if I can get the camera over here. Man, I don't know. I've got little short stubby arms, so. But I mean, crap. Just turn the key, guys. Sorry about that. I mean, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. I love it. I love it. Good stuff. So, what we're going to do is we're going to cut it to the lengths that I need. Now, I don't know if you guys, if you're making a homemade lasagna, you know, you have a certain dish or a pan that you're going to use. Me personally, I actually am just using the ones from, like you can get like the aluminum ones, you know, from Publix. That's what I'm going to be using. It's a good one because I get the thick one because I want to make my lasagna really, really, really thick. I don't like a lasagna like this. Yeah, this is crap. I want more. I want more goodies on that. So I get the thick one to make this bad boy an extra 2 layers of good stuff. So, and that's the reason why I ran out of pasta last time, because I got one of these bad boys. Didn't have enough noodles, so that's why I made a double batch. But anyway, so I'm just gonna sit here and kind of look at my dough, the length of this bad boy, and I can see, fold it there. All right, so what I'm doing here is I just took the dough to the side of this and I folded it in half to make a double. So what I'm going to do with this, okay, is I am going to sprinkle it with flour so that I can actually fold it together and it doesn't stick overnight, because I'm not making this until tomorrow. Let's see here. All right, so sprinkle it with flour so I can fold it just like such. Then I'm going to sprinkle it with flour again on the top, and then I'm going to put it in my sheet pan. I will show you. Now I am almost out of parchment paper, so what I'm going to use is I'm going to use parchment paper at first, but then I'm going to just use aluminum foil. But whenever I get done with this, I'm going to wrap it in saran wrap. It's called a mummy wrap, and I can actually do a video on how to mummy wrap. I've done that for my mom before, just to show her how to do that. So I'll have to show you guys how to actually mummy wrap. I think that's a good video. Everybody should know how to use saran wrap. Everybody says, oh man, saran wrap doesn't stick to this, it doesn't stick to that. Well, there's a key. There's a key to knowing how to do it. So I promise. All right, just doing that just to get my pasta out. And this one here, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and just fold it over on itself and be done with it. I'm not even going to worry about cutting it because I don't want to waste the pasta. Because believe it or not, I've actually taken pieces and scraps, you know, that I cut off when I don't get a perfect, you know, when I get a perfect line and then I have a little bit left over, I'll still take that junk and I will still put it in my lasagna. I want that pasta. I mean, if I'm working this hard to make it, I'm going to eat it. It is what it is. So, anyway, so fold this bad boy over. As you can see, I mean, look at that beautiful pasta, man. That's great. Now, this is doubled, so just, you can, even with the flour, you can see how transparent it is. See that? How thin? Beautiful. God, I love food. Can you tell? Yeah, man. Look at that. Oh, my Lord. I've got flour all over me and chunks of stuff. Why didn't you tell me? Man. Guys, I thought we were friends, okay? I thought we were friends, okay? Oh, beautiful. Look at that. All right, so first batch is done. Look at that bad boy right there. Absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. Now, guys, we have got 3 more to do. 3. I don't know if you want to sit here and watch me do all this. So what I'll do is whenever I get done doing the rest of these, I'll start the video back up. I'll show you guys, and I'll teach you how to mummy wrap. All right, sound good? See you guys soon. All right, guys, so I just realized I just got done doing another batch, and I'm like, I'm already at 19 minutes on this video, so I am going to go ahead and stop this video, and then I will start another one. I don't want people to have to, I guess it doesn't really make a difference if you're watching one video for 19 minutes, another video for 5, but it's kind of like, man, this just seems like it's a long video, so I apologize for that, guys. But I'm going to go ahead and stop it, And then I will redo a video once I get my pasta done, show you guys how to mummy wrap. And then, of course, tomorrow, stay tuned, I will show the assembly process of all of my finished products that I've made over the last 2 days for doing the homemade lasagna. Guys, trust me, amazing. It's good stuff. All right, so anyway, love you guys. Be back. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.